For ye were once darkness, but now ye are light in the world. Walk as children of light, for the fruit of the light is in goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is well-pleasing to the Lord. Now, Paul reminds the believers of their former state prior to their conversion. They were not just in darkness, they were darkness. We say that the unsaved man is in darkness. My friend, he is darkness. Have you ever talked to one of them? May I revert back to the golf course? I was put one time. I went down to play by myself, and they put me with another man. He was an unsaved man. He was a bartender. And that man, I give you my word, he wasn't in darkness. He was darkness. My, what a life that man had. What an awful thing. Now, Paul here identifies the fruit of light. Rather, he marks out those characteristics which always accompany light. What is it? In all goodness, that means kindness. Righteousness means moral rectitude, and truth refers primarily to sincerity and genuineness. In other words, the believer is to prove or test his life in this manner to see if he's in the will of God and therefore well-pleasing to him. Now, somebody said to me, when I said we're to walk in the light as he's in the light, and that was meant to walk in the light of the Word of God, somebody said, well, what does the Word of God says? Right here. You're to walk in kindness and in goodness and in righteousness, moral rectitude, and in truth and in sincerity. That's what it means to walk in the light, friends. And if you're not walking in the light, and that means 7 days a week, not just on Sunday, it means 24 hours a day, and it means about 60 minutes every hour and 60 seconds every minute. And this is what it means to walk in light. Now, verses 11 and 13, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather even reprove them. For the things done in secret by them is shameful, even to speak of. But all of them, when they are reproved, are made manifest by the light, for everything that is manifest is light. Now we're to have no fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness. A child of God cannot go along with that. Now, what does it mean to reprove them? The believer is not to become a reformer, but by the light of his life, he is to rebuke the works of darkness. The light reveals what the darkness conceals. Darkness is not driven away by preaching at it, but by the presence of light. Darkness is dissipated. There are too many Christians today that take the little Sunday school method or the preacher method of walking up to the unsaved man and say, you shouldn't do that. I remember an officer walking up to a man that lit a cigarette out in front of the church. He says, you shouldn't do that. My friend, that's not the way to do it. You're to be light in your own life. That's the way you do it. This idea today that you can preach at people at these things. I get letters all the time from people telling me things I should preach against on this radio. You should do that. You should do that. You're not doing it. No, friend, and you want to know something? I won't be doing it the next time you hear it. I want to turn on the light of the Word of God. What is right? That which God calls right. And my friend, that'll cause the rats to run for cover, and the birds will come out and sing when the light is turned on.